Nice to finally stand here and not sit there and be the butt of technically almost all jokes. So it's nice. I know people behind are feeling very left out since no one's cracking any jokes on you, but don't worry, we will fill the gaps. Now, how many of you all, give me a cheer if you've met annoying people in your life? Colleagues not counted, not your colleagues, other annoying people. I can't say colleagues because mine are sitting right in front of me and I have to go back to office tomorrow. So, the first set of annoying people according to me are kids. Kids of the age when they're in grade 1, grade 2. Because I was working as a teacher for about a couple of years and I had my hair colored like nice burgundy, and you know how we girls feel. I'm sure many of you will agree once you have a nice hair job done. And I walk into my classroom of my second graders and this young boy comes marching up to me. He's like, "Teacher!" I'm like, "Yes?" He's like, "Did you color your hair to match your clothes?" I'm like, "No, darling, that's not how it works. Go back to your seat." He's like, no. Your pink dress and your pink hair is so much in coordination. I'm like, "Are you going back to your seat or should I whack you now?" Which you can't, apparently. You can't whack children anymore. So that was my first encounter with kids who come up to me and ask. And second of all, it's an Indian school where I was working. And in India, technically, if you're old enough to get married. And that is banged into your head so much that this kid from grade 4, I was substituting for a teacher. She comes up to me, she's like, "Teacher, how old are you?" She's like, 35. Like, "Are you married?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Why?" I'm like, good question. Why? This is the same thing my mom keeps asking me, why? And I'm like, "No, I don't want to die, not very soon at least." So after that, the next time, I was married before, I'm coming to that as the second set of annoying people. Now, when I was married in a previous generation, and I was traveling to India for a personal work, and I had to travel just for a day. Like, I went on Friday night, finished my work on Saturday, and flying back on Sunday. The next set of most annoying people that I have met are immigration officers. Cheer with me if you find those immigration officers are dumb as fuck. Thank you. Because as an Indian, my passport has the address of being in Mumbai. I come from Mumbai, but I'm a South Indian born South Indian born to South Indian parents apparently, but born in Mumbai, raised in Dubai. It's a confusion. So my passport says Mumbai. And I was traveling from Kerala and I went to the immigration and this guy looks at my passport, looks at me, goes back to my passport, comes back to me and he's like, "Are you from India?" I'm like, "No, Afghanistan." And my passport is in his hand and he's still asking me this dumb question. Okay, I said, "Forget it." He's like, "Your passport says Mumbai. Why are you traveling from Kerala?" I'm like, "Last time I checked, India was a free country and I was a citizen of India. So next time, you fund my tickets to Mumbai and I'll fly from there." I'm like, how is it, sanely possible for a man who was apparently around 40, 45 to ask such stupid questions, The next time I went, he looked, and I used to have this 20-year passports. Earlier we used to have that, you could swipe it like that. He swiped my passport and he's like, "You need to wait." I'm like, "Why?" I reached 3 hours prior already. We have nothing else to do as Indians, We go there, we look at all the good-looking guys in the airport. Because nobody's going to look at us, we look at them. So he swiped and he's like, "Ma'am, your passport is saying that you're Anwar." I'm like, "Does this look like Anwar to you?" Seriously, this looks like Anwar to you. I was thinking at the back of my head, with the 38B bra, he looks at me and he tells me I'm Anwar. I'm like, seriously. And then he tells me, "Okay, you wait, ma'am, I'll call my superior and come." I said, "Great, come." His superior comes and he's like, "No, I think you should wait." I'm like, "I flew in last night. Were your immigration officers sleeping? Was he sleeping?" He's like, "No, ma'am, I'm very sorry." And then the highest, guy of the order comes in, supremely good-looking guy in that white uniform. He was looking, mwah. I said, "You know what? For this, I can wait for the next 2 more hours. No worries." And he comes, he looks at my passport, he's like, "Why are you troubling this poor woman? She's a frequent flyer. Kalas, let her go." I'm like, "That's it?" I get those oldies looking at me for 2 hours and this good-looking chap comes in 120 seconds, the work is done. That's not fair. And I thought I had met my share of annoying people when I was in the airport. And then I was working for my previous company where my HR manager, blessed be that guy, such a handsome looking chap. How many of you all remember the Twilight Saga movie that had come out? Give me a cheer, give me a cheer. Let's make some noise. Great. You remember the guy's father, the doctor?
Yeah.
Dr. Carlyle? Yeah, my HR manager was looking like a twin of that guy. So trust me, I used to go for the morning briefings just to ogle at that fellow. Every day morning. And one fine day, and my office used to be right in front of the men's room. So as soon as you come out of the washroom, you can see me sitting right in front of you in my cabin. So he walked in and he thought he was a smart ass guy. He comes in and he's like, Sneha, I have a question for you. I was busy doing something. I'm like, okay, yeah, go on. He's like, why do you think we men look up when we are peeing in the urinal? Like, I just stopped and like, huh, what? Come again? So my boss is sitting with me and this guy goes and he's like, why do you think we men, instead of, when we are doing our thing, we are looking up? I'm like, So I told him, I said, see, two things. Get two things straight. One, I have never been to a men's urinal because that's not what I do. And two, probably you guys must be looking up because if you look down, you might probably see the same thing with a different variation of color and size. So maybe that's the reason behind it. So my boss is like, I told you, Faris, not to ask her this question. I told you she will have a comeback for this thing. So after that, my boss said, you know what, maybe I shouldn't ask you this question because I come from a medical background and my boss was like, when these guys come to you with such dumb questions, give it back to them. I'm like, yeah, and you can vicariously live through all that I go through, right? And that was my time, guys. Thank you so much for being a great audience. Over to you, Nitesh.